Hello everybody, it's your boy the Chaotic One, and welcome back to a brand new video. So, a couple months ago, don't remember when, but there was talks of Tulsi Gabbard possibly running in 2024, but not under the Democrat Party, but under either as an independent or a libertarian. More so a libertarian, that's where I heard it from. And if she were to run, get the nomination, I think she'd play a spoiler for either Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, as you can see, I think it's going to be Kamala Harris is going to be the nominee, and Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee. And I think she'll take votes from Kamala Harris. And honestly, because if she was on a debate stage with Kamala Harris, she would mop the fucking floor with her. Now, not much to the electoral map will change. She might win one state, and we'll get to that here in a second. But let's just get down to it. Now, let's start off with the likely Republican states. Some likely Republican states include Wisconsin. I do think Trump will win the state by 5 if Tulsi Gabbard does split votes away from Kamala Harris. If in a regular outing, I think he wins the state by 2 or 3, but if you include Tulsi Gabbard in that mix, he wins it by 5. He also wins Florida by a likely margin. He wins Florida by likely margin. In a normal race, he probably wins the state by a 4 if Harris isn't the president. If she is the president, he loses it by less than 1. But if you add Gabbard to the mix, he probably wins the state by 5. Now, likely Harris states, don't want to piss off anybody just calling her Kamala. I mean, she is Harris, Vice President Harris, not Vice President Kamala. So, I mean, that is the truth. But some likely states, Oregon. Clinton only won it by 10 in 2016. Biden won it by 16. If you were to split the vote, Kamala Harris probably wins the state by 8. Other likely states, Colorado. She probably... What in the world? I have it locked the map. Okay, that's good. She wins Colorado by 8 or 9. Let's see. Maine's 1st district is going to be likely as well. Actually, it's going to be safe. Sorry about that. Virginia, likely she wins it by 5 or 6. I can see some of the people who voted for Lee Carter in the primary. I can see them voting for Tulsi Gabbard. A bunch of anti-Trump, anti-Harris, somebody who don't like these voters, like Tulsi Gabbard more so. I can also see Kamala Harris winning the state safe just because she's very establishmentarian, and Virginians love those establishmentarian Democrats. I can also see her picking off New Jersey by a likely margin. New Jersey went to Joe Biden by 15 after it had gone to Clinton by around... I think Clinton also won the state by 15, so it only barely trended blue, if I'm not mistaken. So I think if enough vote splitting, Donald Trump could get it under 10, though not by his own volition, of course. Kamala Harris will win the state by 9, probably. There would be no likely libertarian, likely Gabbard states, so we go on to the lean Trump states. First off, we have Nevada. I think Trump wins the state by a point or 2 in a normal race, but this time I can see him winning it by 3 or 4. I think there's enough libertarians that normally vote Democrat who would vote for Tulsi in this point, especially if she's on a debate stage. I think Tulsi would benefit from being on the debate stage with Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. She would mop the floor with those two, in my opinion. Trump probably flips Arizona lean. He probably wins it by 2 or 3. Normally, I'd say he'd win the state by a tilt margin. This time, lean, vote splitting, of course. I think he flips New Mexico by a lean margin. Gary Johnson won, I think, 9% of the vote in New Mexico. Was it 9? I could be totally wrong on this, but I think he won around 9% of the vote in New Mexico just being a libertarian, not even a major candidate. If Tulsi Gabbard became a major candidate, she could win anywhere up to Evan McMullin levels of support, like 20 to 21%, which would be enough to give Donald Trump the state if she's mostly taking votes away from Kamala Harris. Another state that would go lean Donald Trump would be Pennsylvania. In a normal election, I'd have it as tilt R, and also this gives Donald Trump the election. I see him winning it by a point or 2. North Carolina and Georgia goes lean. North Carolina goes to Trump by 3 or 4. Georgia goes to him by a point or 2. Georgia's just trending blue really fast, and I don't see him winning it by McCain or Bush levels anymore. It's impossible. And there's no lean Democrat states Actually, there's not. Actually, I did miss one. Lean goes to Nebraska's 2nd district. He wins it by 3 or 4, teetering to likely status, but I'm going to keep it as lean now. But there is a lean libertarian state, and that is going to be the state of Hawaii. I think Tulsi Gabbard would win her home state by around 3 points. She's very popular in the state of Hawaii, despite what other people will tell you. I don't know why she moved to California. I think she should move back to Hawaii and run for governor. She'd win big, in my opinion. She'd walk up in the primary. Unless there are some notable people like Kirk Caldwell or Josh Green, I think his name is. I could be wrong, but there's the lieutenant governor is who I'm talking about. The lieutenant governor and Kirk Caldwell would put up a massive fight with Tulsi, but I think she'd be able to win in that primary narrowly against those two. So, and then we have 4 states left, all of which would narrowly go to Donald Trump, in my personal opinion. With enough vote splitting, you could put New Hampshire in the lean margin just because there's a lot of libertarians up there. You could say you could push that in the lean margin, you could, but all these states will go to tilt just because of the vote splitting, which is what this narrowed down to. And Donald Trump wins 334 electoral votes to Kamala Harris's 200 to Tulsi Gabbard's 4. I also have Lincoln Chafee as a running mate, and you can automatically say that makes Rhode Island likely if Lincoln Chafee makes it to the vice presidential debate, but I'm going to keep it as safe for now, considering Joe Biden won the state by around 20 points. But anyway, guys, this is the map on your screen. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Let's have a conversation down in the comments below. Go follow my Twitter at Chaotic Politics. This is the Chaotic One saying, peace.